if I'm carrying a pistol, generally it's going to be appendix carry right here because, well, I can't stand it at my hip. It just doesn't work and it sticks out and I have to really pay much more attention to it. I can just put it in there, appendix in that position, and just leave it. Don't have to worry about it. It's a whole lot easier to deal with. This, my Taurus PT709 with the safety. Really like it. It works really well. Not super accurate with it at the distances, but whatever, it's fine. It's a pistol. I have a holster, and that holster has a little clip that's right here that tucks in really nicely, and I like it. I like the style of this thing. And so I went for another Kydex. Wanted another Kydex for my next pistol, my second carry gun, Car CW9. Really fits my hand really well, really pretty accurate with it. And it's a good gun. It doesn't have a safety. One fewer thing to do, and I really like this pistol in particular. So I was trolling eBay, of course, for a Kydex holster, and I came upon a kit, a DIY Kydex kit by Blue Line Holsters. And, well, they sent me this one first, which is definitely not for this pistol. Totally doesn't fit. I contacted them, and eventually they sent me the new one and didn't even want this one back. But, hey, if you want this thing back, guys, just tell me. And it comes with the clip and all of the stuff. And it just covers the whole pistol, so you're going to have to cut a whole bunch of this stuff out. It was $11 plus $4 shipping, but $15 brought it to my door. Brought the proper one to my door, too. What I want to do, this is the pistol that I want to actually... Ow! So there's some sharp edges here. Measure twice, cut once, right? So I'm going to have to mark this thing up carefully following the pattern of the good one that I have, and then carefully cut. And don't cut too much the first time, because then what are you going to do? You have to order another one, and there are specific warnings in their instructions about cutting too much. And so just follow the pattern of something that you like and mark it all up and then start cutting stuff, and maybe you'll have a holster that works. Let's see if I can DIY a Kydex holster kit, this time on gun physics. So check them out on eBay. This is one of their advertisements, and their feedback's really good, 100% positive, 430 positive sales in the past year, and lots of people don't even leave feedback. Very specific instructions, exactly the tools you will need, and please don't take off too much. Measure twice, cut once, right? So here are the two. On the bottom you have the holster that I want to copy, and the top is the big one. So you see the contours with that small clip and a single screw, and the retention is actually on the trigger guard. See how deep that goes in? Muzzle sticks out a bit so the Kydex sharpness doesn't dig into me. These are the instructions and care that came with the original holster. Hand tools are probably better, but the Dremel's definitely funner. So I marked it all off and just started cutting stuff. It smokes. Make sure you do this in a well-ventilated environment. This is what the pattern looked like before. Got a little bit excited to cut and didn't take any video. Next, put a sanding wheel on. Smooth that thing out. This is what it looks like when I took all the extra plastic off. Not too bad at all. Now to check the retention. How much does this thing want to hold on to my pistol? Sheesh, that thing's tight. You may like the clip they provided. I want to use this one, so I want to copy the position from my other quite comfortable holster. That's about where it's going to belong. And this is what the retention looks like for my Taurus. That's where I want it, so I've got to mark it and drill the first hole. Looks like it's going backwards, doesn't it? Stroboscopic effect. Now to a step drill to make it the proper size hole.
That's it. And I really like these flat washers from the plumbing department. That's one screw. I'm going to go for a second one through that second hole in the clip. Alright, so I've got one washer as a spacer, and there's a little bit of space, a little bit of play in the back and in the front, so that may need to be tightened up. I started out with one spacer in there. Then I tried to check the retention. Man, that requires a lot of force. Way too much force to put it back in, so I won't be able to tell if the trigger's being pulled by something else. Their supplied retention screw and rubber grommet might not have caused me the problems that I'm having with retention, and probably would have been easier to put together. And here's my skinny clip compared to their supplied much bigger, wider clip at a slightly different angle. Carried about the same height, but this is what it looks like, and they stick out about the same distance from the body. Made in America. I dropped a second washer in there to reduce the retention so I could more easily pull it out. It's not coming out, but I can more easily pull it out and with less force put it back in. But that left some play in the back end. So I decided to be a Kydex maker. And if you just heat this stuff up, this is like a thermoplastic, right? So you heat it up with the heat gun. And then jam the pistol back into place. Put it in the press. And clamp it in position while it cools down. I did not disassemble anything and just heated up the channel for the sights. Now, look at that. Hardly any play at all, and it fits pretty nicely. And the retention's just about exactly the same. So this is my new DIY Kydex holster. It's a little rough around the edges, but it wasn't bad, and I actually did it myself, and I learned some stuff, and I did make a Kydex press, so I may be making some stuff in the future. But check that thing out. It's actually pretty good. I'm impressed. Mostly with my own work. Was it worth $15? Oh yeah. And this is where I carry it. Reholster with extreme care. It's probably best just to pull the whole holster out. Blue Line Holsters DIY Kydex Kit. Totally worth it for me. I enjoyed the process. Hey, thanks for watching Gun Physics. Your thumbs up really helps a lot in the ratings. So thanks for that too. And I've got new videos coming out most Tuesdays. Subscribe for more.